wide enough to hold the keys.
This is the neck of the guitar.
Yes, right.
But at the end, of course, the end of every Gibson neck is wider.
Yeah.
With, what do you call those? The
wing blocks. You put wing blocks on them.
So right now, it's just basically
A piece of wood. Yeah.
a piece of wood.
Yeah.
The wing blocks go in the clamp, the neck is glued.
All right, it's cooking.
The 10-inch microwave at home.
Same microwave oven you'd have at home.
That's right.
George, there's radiation coming out of here, and we don't want to fry your privates, George.
And in just seconds, our necks get their wings. The initial woodwork is done, and with that, we've created the bones of the most famous guitar in the world. Now, our neck needs some metal.
When you tighten all the strings, they tend to pull the neck forward so that it bows like this. That makes it hard to keep the guitar in tune. The original solution to this problem was to use an awkwardly thick neck. But then one day, someone at Gibson had a brilliant idea. They cut a slot in the neck that's deeper in the middle than at the ends and inserted a metal truss. When they tighten this truss now, it pushes the middle forward so the whole neck arches like this. Not only does that help it fight the string tension and keep in tune, but they can adjust it over the life of the guitar to accommodate changes in climate or temperature.
With their truss rods in place, the necks move down the line to meet up with a critical part of the guitar, the frets.
These are the frets. This is one continuous fret, but essentially each piece will be a fret on a guitar neck. There is a ridge on the end of this fret, and it is this edge that's going to fit down in the pre-cut groove already in the neck.
It takes a while to catch on.
Every fret is installed by hand at Gibson. It's careful, expert work. It's just one example of the passion they pour into these guitars. Gibson hasn't found a machine that has a soft enough touch or works as fast or can exact the high quality needed at this critical assembly.
That's a great looking board. You did good.
Did I? All right.
There are two reasons for having frets. One of them is to lift the string off the fingerboard so it can vibrate more clearly. And the other is to end the string at a very specific location to give it a sharply defined pitch.
When you say to give it a sharply defined pitch, you mean to give it a note?
Yeah. They're put in there at very specific locations to create the Western scale. Each one of these is a note on the Western scale. But you got to get the fret height right. If the fret's too tall, the string will hit it as it vibrates.
The fretboard is glued to the neck, and together with my friend Tyler Parsons, we fit the neck to the body of the guitar, again, by hand.
Now, this is a true marriage right here. This is where the neck meets the body. Is that right, Tyler?
That is right.
It's like the space shuttle docking with the space station. All right. Now, how far down this clamp do I go?
You can go into the side of it. Usually go right into the side.
On the side,
Like
okay.
that, and then just twist it around to the right side right here.
The neck is actually too big to fit the guitar. I suppose they could make it so it would just slip in there nicely, but they want to make sure that it's custom fit. So that has to be done by hand, like everything else here at Gibson.
Throw some glue on that bad boy.
All right.
Make sure it's on all surfaces.
All surfaces. Now,
Make sure to put a little pressure pushing towards the back of the guitar when you're pulling down on it too. So kind of pull. There it is, right there, man.
right on here.
Right on there, man.
When we come back, it's time to electrify our Les Paul Classic.
The Gibson Guitar Factory in Nashville, Tennessee. This place has produced one of the most popular instruments on the planet, the Les Paul electric guitar. Now, a vintage Les Paul electric guitar can fetch from $100,000 to $500,000 at auction.
Lou and I are making our own classic six strings. We've taken the raw lumber, baked it, cut it, glued it, and shaped it.
Well, we have what is an assembled guitar for the first time. This is a real Gibson.
Now, we're ready to put some paint on this wood, and even the color prep, all the sanding that goes into it is done by hand. When the wood is smooth as silk, we're ready to paint the classic sunburst finish on a Les Paul. They paint the guitars with quick-drying lacquer. That's important, given they apply up to 6 coats.
What do you think?
It's all right for a rookie.
All right for a rookie?
Yeah.
Ouch, Karen, ouch.
Through trial and error, Gibson settled on 6 as the means to achieve a really rich, deep luster. When the paint is dry, it's time to tango with a cotton wheel coated in wax as your partner. It's all in the hips.
I'm just going to sort of sit back, watch before I ruin one.
Buffing is like waxing the car. The guitars will be so shiny, you'll be able to see your reflection.
This is like dancing. I mean, you got to have a rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we should have a drink first before I do this. So, kind of like this?
Kinda.
Kinda. Sort of, but not really.
What you do.
Yeah, it's okay.
Use your body more than your arms.
Oh,
Really just use your
Put my
arms.
hips into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lean into it a little bit more. We're
Oh,
going
wow,
to
look at that.
Congratulations.
Do you see yourself in it? Buff my first guitar, yo.